105.5 Hits FM, Taylor B along with you. And it is time for another edition of Tractor Talks. And joining me now is Kelsey Owen from Coopers CSA Farms. Hey, Kels, how's it going?
Good, Taylor. How are you?
I am good, except for the rain. It's been raining on and off all day today. How's the farm life going with all this rain?
The farm life with this rain has not been fun. A lot of people ask us, hey, how's it going? The rain must be good for you. But it's not that great this year. When we get too much rain, and especially since it was really cold this spring, we had a very delayed of start. Our fields were full of water, and we weren't able to get in without sinking, so planting was really halted. But now we're back on schedule, got a little bit of sun, and it's going all right.
How long does it take your fields to dry up when they get a heavy rain?
Well, if it's followed by a hot day of sun, pretty quickly. But since we had a very extended cold temperature from the spring, there was no warm weather to dry up the field. So it took weeks. We actually still have sitting water in one of our fields, and we do have a neighbor that has a field that still looks like a pond. So it's one of those years.
Now, is there any kind of field vacuum you could bring in to get the water out of your field?
I like that you called it that, field vacuum. They're called tile drains. It's the only thing we really can do. You can get your field pumped, like you can get a big pool pump and pump it out if you're that desperate. But a lot of farmers invest in what is called tile drainage, and they are big, long tubes that go underneath. They dig down really far. They put tiles in, and the tiles will actually help water drain out and out to a side of the farm or a pond or such.
So do you guys have one of those tile drains, or?
We do. We have them in a few of our farms. It is a big investment, so we choose what fields we want. Typically fields we know that are, lower, like in a lowland, will drain to help it out. But it's strategic where we decide to put them.
Definitely. I could see how that could be hard on your pocket for sure. Now, last week I was talking to Garrett Herma, and he said that there has been about 400 milliliters of rain already this season, which is a significant amount of rain. And as you touched on earlier, it's a really common misconception that rain is good for farmers. But what is the average amount of rain? In a perfect world, how much rain would you want during a season?
In a perfect world where Mother Nature actually likes us, about, a good day or two a week of rain followed by like really nice, hot, sunny weather is perfect for us. The plants get a good drenching, and then they get sun right after. But it is never that perfect. If it is, I'm buying a lottery ticket.
No kidding. If the world was a perfect place, it would be boring.
Exactly.
Now, speaking of, well, actually, there's no real transition for this because it's not boring. But because the crops are having a difficult time this year, do you have reserves from last year in case you aren't able to produce some of the certain crops you produce every year?
Yeah, so especially for our CSA vegetable program, we can keep back what are called root crops for the start. So carrots, potatoes, onions, they keep really well over the winter, but they only last us till about May, kind of mid-June, and that's kind of when we start running out. Depends on how much you grow. Luckily, farming, being the small community that it is, we have lots of neighbors with and friends with greenhouses. So in greenhouse atmosphere where they can heat and they can use what little sun, we have, they can grow tomatoes and lettuce and a bunch of stuff that we can work with them and bring that in early season if we're having a very slow start, which we did this year. So thank goodness for the farming community for that.
No kidding. It's all collaboration. And I love that, right? If you can't make it happen, you want to rely on your neighbors because you know they're producing that quality product. And you just touched on it, but let's plug the CSA program real quick. If anybody wants more information on that, where do they go?
So if you're interested in our vegetable box share program, you can visit our website, www.coopersfarm.ca. Our store on farm is now open full-time for the summer hours, and we are Thursday to Sunday. Check our website for actual store hours.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Kelsey.
No problem. Love chatting.
And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.